Hey everybody, it's Lavender Town, and today I'm really excited because I'm combining two of my most favorite things in the world, video games and character designs. Speaking of video games, I want to give a quick shout out to the sponsor of this video, Elsword. Elsword is an MMORPG in an anime style, and I've talked to you guys about this one before, but today I'm talking about the new update that they just made to the game. They've completely revamped and streamlined their skill system. You no longer have to use skill points, and you learn skills automatically by reaching certain levels. They've also updated all of the character artwork, so now it looks even cuter and slicker than it did before. So if you guys have never played it before, now's a good time to start, and if you played it in the past, you might want to check out the changes they just made. Every playable character now has 3 different paths that they can go that change their skills and change basically how they turn out. And in addition to that, a new storyline has just begun. It's called The Masters of Darkness. Check out the link in the description box if you want to try it out yourself. Thank you again so much to Elsword for continually supporting the channel. Okay guys, so I want to make a full character out of these girls, so I want to make sure that they actually seem like they have some personality, so I just started trying to think of what kind of person would the Nintendo Switch be, and because I think the Switch really won the console war this time around, I feel like she is the popular, fun, and youthful one, but she's also got a bit of a attitude of she's better than everyone else. That was my plan with her. So she has this sort of Savage Wendy's kind of look on her face, and in general she just really is a popular kind of character. So I took a lot of elements of the Switch and tried to incorporate it into her design. I wanted the Joy-Cons to be a part of her hair. I gave her like this A-line sort of long in the front haircut so that we could put these little Joy-Con elements around her face, and I gave her little hair accessories that look like the buttons and things that are on the Joy-Cons. And then I just tried to incorporate the body of the console by giving her a dark gray dress with a rectangle cutout that looks a bit like the screen. And I also, because I wanted her to seem like the young one, which oftentimes the Nintendo games are aimed towards younger kids, not all of them of course, but because a lot of them are, I wanted her to have tattoos. I thought that would be cool, so I gave her a Triforce tattoo and a Splatoon tattoo, though I guess as a Japanese console maybe she wouldn't have tattoos, but I don't know. I just wanted her to look punk and fun because, again, if you look at these consoles, you see 2 black rectangles, and then there's the Switch, which is like pretty fun and crazy looking. So I had a lot of fun picking out the colors for her. I also gave her some thigh-high socks that have a gradient of the red and blue from the Joy-Cons, and I put it in her eyes as well. She looks a little crazy, but I kind of like it, and I think that she would be a really fun character. She'd usually be super nice and cool, but then there'd be moments where her superiority complex would slip in and make her a bit of a different character. I think that'd be really fun. For the Xbox One, I wanted her to be a bit of an underdog because I feel like the Xbox One probably is performing the worst right now. I just think that the PS4 had exclusives and the Switch had all these cool new features, and the Xbox was just like kind of there. So I feel like this is the underdog character. She's kind of the nerd, and I also gave her a little crown to harken back to perhaps she still sees herself at the top of the charts because of, you know, the success of the Xbox 360, but she is clearly the underdog now. So the way I designed her, I wanted to feature the shape of an Xbox One controller in her bangs. Again, I feel like using the hair to sort of mimic some of these things is really useful in this scenario. I also gave her an X in one of her eyes. I just thought that would be cool to have some asymmetry here, and I just thought it sort of mimics elements of the Xbox that just has one X in a few places, and it's also called the Xbox One. Yeah, it's kind of a multi-layered thing. So I also gave her this little black crown because it kind of looks like the edge of the Xbox controller. Then I gave her a little earring that has 2 circles and a D-pad, just like there is on the controller. And I also gave her sort of a paneled little dress because I wanted it to look like the paneled, very clean white console. I had to use the white version of the Xbox One because if I did the black version and then did the black version of the PS4, they basically just look the same, so I had to go white with this one. I also gave her these sleeves that have little holes in them because I wanted them to look like the little vented things that are on the Xbox console, just to harken to that a bit. And I gave her these black buns to sort of mimic, again, the little black analog sticks. I gave her a little trim on her dress to give her a tiny bit of color of each of the buttons that are on an Xbox One controller, and with that she is basically done. I really like how she turned out. She turned out really cute, and it made me feel kind of bad for the Xbox, to be honest. Isn't that the weird thing? When you humanize something, you can start to feel bad for it, even though it's literally just a console, and Microsoft is not exactly hurting, so yeah. Last up is the PS4, and there's a few elements of the PS4 that I use to inform her personality. So the PS4's main selling points is its VR capabilities and its console exclusives. It seems like console exclusives are the main reason that people buy a PS4, and while most consoles do have exclusives, I feel like the PS4 really ends up snapping up ones that would have been great on the PC, and it makes me super salty, especially because I don't have one, and I really want one, and they're expensive, and yeah, it's a big problem because I want to play Detroit like everyone else in the whole world, but I can't, and yeah, it makes me really mad. But anyway, so the things I used to inform her design were this black box that is the PS4. I wanted there to be a lot of dark boxy shapes on her to sort of match up with that, and also I wanted there to be a contrasting character to the two more cutesy looking characters, just so that the lineup at the end would look a little more fun. To give her a little bit more of a fun character design, I added in these little face jewel kind of freckles that are basically all the shapes that you see on a controller for a PS4. And I also tried to include that little touchpad thing that they added to it that has sort of the little bumps on it. So I added that as sort of the chest piece on her little uniform. And other than that, I just tried to keep things very boxy and dark to be reminiscent of the console. I also gave her some X's in her eyes just to have more interesting shapes, though in retrospect I kind of wish I'd done a triangle or something else, because obviously Xbox and the X are very tied together, so when I put an X in her eyes it just makes me think of the Xbox. It's something that I wish I had changed. So I gave her bangs that make her whole face look boxier, and I also gave her some dark, thick eyebrows. I even gave her grayish skin because I just wanted her to be the most robotic, because I think the PS4 with the VR stuff is like it's getting pretty advanced, so I wanted her to be like a robot, also because Detroit's about robots, and Detroit is a very popular PS4 exclusive. I also snuck in a little Detroit, the temple light that all the androids have. I just put that on her just to harken back to a specific game. So I just generally kept the shading pretty monochrome, and again I gave her green eyes at first, which is really dumb because the Xbox color is green, but I do change that at the end, so don't worry, don't comment saying that I should change it, because I do. Yeah, with that she's done. You can see I changed it to blue because the X is blue, so it makes more sense to be blue anyway. So here is the current generation of consoles all hanging out as human characters. I know this character design challenge was kind of weird and silly, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. I definitely did. Let me know if you have any of these and what your favorite console is from this generation, or like what your favorite console is of all time, because I know a lot of people are still big fans of like the PS2 even, so whatever your favorite is, let me know. And if you don't play video games, then I'm sorry. Again, thank you so much to Elsword for sponsoring this video. Definitely check out the link in the description if you want to try out the game. Thank you for staying till the end, and I will see you guys next week. Big thank you to my patrons, including Scott Peterson, Christy Stewart, Payne Hamill, The Artsy Moose, Elizabeth Albin, Cal Popone, Cameo Sparkle, Hanuki, Zixith, Ollie, Nekosama, Hope Chilsum, Abriana, Trasso Maniac, Microdactyl Okamore, Matthew Kunke, Blep, Sergeant Pendulum, Lena Christine, Baba Green, Taka, Lovely, Mystic, Enzo Jobert, Your Boy ST, JJJ, Lib Blah Blah Blah, and Addy Visual.